Welcome to Quick Takes with Kevin, a weekly podcast about leadership, life, and ministry with Kevin Ezel, president of the North American Mission Board. Each week, Kevin will be focusing on how pastors can keep their souls healthy in the midst of the demands and challenges of everyday life. Now, here's your host, Kevin Ezel.
Hey, Kevin Ezel, North American Mission Board, with my best friend, Jimmy Scroggins, who's pastor of Family Church in West Palm Beach, Florida. Hey, Jimmy, we both read the book Replenished by Lance Witt, and in chapter 22, he talks about, does your soul have a backbone, and about being courageous. And one of the funny things is when you were my student minister many years ago, and the reason...
Student minister working for him, not...
Yeah, exactly, right. I wasn't in your youth group yet. But one thing about you is that you had a backbone. I mean, it was you were ready to fight and just want to know which direction and who to. And that's what I needed at the time. We went in a very challenging time
we did.
In a church and just put our backs together, and we have to be courageous. Sometimes in ministry, you're confronted with some challenges and some challenging people. And what is it about you? You think, is it because your athletic background, your dad being a football coach, or what was it about you that had kind of a, get your hand on the face mask and want to take it?
I don't know. My dad is a football coach, so I have had the hand on my face mask many times. And
hand on some other things too.
Probably so. So I don't know if it was being raised like that or whatever, but I have always had a real sense of trying to stand up for what's right. And trying to stand up for other people maybe who can't speak for themselves. That's always been kind of part of something that these were things that were important to me. And then when I got to work for you, you really allowed me to do that. And of course, many times you had to coach me to do it in a more appropriate way, especially early on. But you did that. And so I love the way that, looking back, the way that you coached me and helped me mature in the way that I approached conflict, but you didn't try to take the total edge off of me. And I think that was very helpful.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, man, you learn from mistakes very well.
And I had plenty of opportunity.
You made them.
That's right.
But the thing is, you didn't typically make the same mistake twice. I mean,
I invented new ones.
And the thing is, you go in there and you cause much less damage on the way to the solution.
Yeah, good.
And what do you think? As you really did mature in your ability to confront. There are many times you had to confront guys. I remember one time we had to confront a parent that had pornography out. Remember the guy, we went to his son confessed he had a pornography problem, and we had to go talk to him because he was an adult Bible teacher, and said, look, your son says he has a pornography problem, and he says he got it from reading your pornography. And you were there confronting him about that, and remember what the guy said?
Yeah, and the guy said, doggone it, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I should not have left that out there where he can see it.
It's crazy. Are you kidding me?
That's not where we were wanting to go.
Yeah, no. He was blown away that we weren't going to let him teach a Bible study
class. We
have
have plenty of those kinds of conversations.
But what is it about? And not everybody. Some people just break out in a rash when they got to confront. And I mean, it's never easy for any of us.
Right.
But what is it about? It makes you be able to take that.
Well, I think some of it's personality. I really do think some is personality based. The whole fight or flight. People have a natural kind of a tendency. So my tendency is more fight than flight. But I think some of it is having the confidence, like when you know what is right, it makes you to where you're not afraid to speak about it.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just giftedness or whatever, Kevin. But I think especially in what we do, working with churches and working in the ministry, it's compulsory that we speak about it when we see something that's wrong. It needs to be corrected.
Right.
But again, one of the things that you really helped me with is thinking about how to do that in a way that is fair, in a way that is empathetic, and in a way that takes into account we're shepherding all of the people involved. At least that's our goal.
Right. And when you think of courageous, who's the most courageous person you know?
Am I supposed to say you? Or?
No.
Okay.
Obviously not me. But who would be the most? When you think of someone who embodies courageousness, I mean, who would that be?
I think my dad.
Yeah.
Man, my dad has always shown courage, again, in just speaking up for people who can't speak for themselves.
Yeah.
In confronting things when they need to be confronted that are wrong, but also courage in encouraging. My dad had a way of encouraging people that no one else cared about.
Yeah.
And that takes a certain kind of a courage as well.
Yeah.
And I loved watching him do that. And the older I get, the more I value his commitment to those kinds of things.
Yeah. Oh, that's great, man. He'd love to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Pastor, it's
Well, he doesn't know how to work the internet, so he never will.
send him a smoke signal. But Pastor, it's so important. In these days, there are going to be times you're going to be courageous. You're going to have to be courageous, and you feel like you're all alone. And I just want to encourage you, man, it's worth it to have the backbone to be able to lead forward instead of coasting throughout a ministry. Nothing's worse than being completely in a sense, out of control of your
Sometimes you got to be tough.
You do, and it's not easy, and it hurts, and you feel it for a while.
You know, I think that's one of the things about leadership anyway, whatever the arena is. Mm-hmm. It's just not for wimps.
Yeah.
You want to lead a family, you want to lead a church, you want to lead a business.
Yeah.
It's just not for wimps. You've got to step up to the plate sometimes, and that's what's required of all of us.
Yeah. Can't handle it? Try the music ministry. Pastor, it's just important. I'm just kidding, music guys. Just kidding. I'm just bitter because
My music minister's tough.
Yeah, I know he is. Yeah,
Okay.
Christian's incredible. But
all right.
I'm just bitter because I can't sing. But, hey, Pastor, it's important for you to be courageous, have a backbone, and lead strong.
Thanks for joining us for Quick Takes with Kevin. Each week, Kevin will visit with pastors and leaders as they talk about the challenges they face and the lessons they've learned in balancing faith, family, and ministry. Thank you for being with us.